Before you attempt to understand what a person says about themselves or what the world says about them, pause. Watch instead. For character does not reveal itself in grand declarations, but in small, almost invisible moments. Most people spend their lives performing, polishing their image, adjusting their words, hiding their motives. Yet character, true character, cannot be concealed for long. It leaks out. It betrays itself. And today, I tell you this, if you wish to see who someone truly is, you need observe only two things. I speak not as a moral preacher, but as a quiet observer of human suffering. I have spent my life watching people, how they desire, how they lie to themselves, how they injure one another while calling it virtue. And from this long observation, two measures emerge with absolute clarity. They are simple, but mercilessly revealing. The first is this, how a person treats those who can do nothing for them. The second is this, how a person behaves when their desires are frustrated. Everything else, status, manners, intelligence, charm, is secondary. Let us begin with the first. Watch how a person treats those from whom they have nothing to gain. The waiter, the servant, the subordinate, the stranger who offers no advantage. Here, the mask loosens. Courtesy shown upward is common, courtesy shown downward is rare. Many are generous when generosity is profitable. Many are kind when kindness is seen. But when no reward is expected, no praise, no benefit, no fear of consequence, that is where character speaks plainly. A man who humiliates the weak while flattering the powerful is not clever. He is merely revealing his moral poverty. Such a person does not respect human beings, only positions. And positions, as life teaches us relentlessly, are temporary illusions. I have often observed that cruelty toward the powerless is not strength, but resentment. It is the resentment of a will that feels small, constrained, and wounded by existence itself. Unable to strike fate, such a person strikes those beneath them. This is not accidental, it is psychological necessity. Consider how rarely people ask themselves, would I behave this way if no one were watching? The answer to that question contains their moral biography. Now, let us turn to the second measure, which is even more revealing. Observe how a person reacts when they do not get what they want. Here, the true nature of the will emerges. Desire, as I have written, is the essence of human existence. We are driven endlessly, unsatisfied even in victory, restless even in comfort. But when desire is blocked, when plans fail, when recognition is denied, when love is not returned, what then? Some respond with bitterness, rage, and revenge. Others respond with dignity, silence, or understanding. This difference is not superficial, it is existential. The person who becomes cruel when frustrated was never truly kind. Their kindness was conditional, a transaction disguised as virtue. The moment the world refuses to obey their will, they reveal their inner tyranny. I have seen friendships dissolve not because of betrayal, but because of disappointment. Love turned to hatred not because of harm, but because of unmet expectation. This is not tragedy, it is exposure. A noble character does not demand that the world bend to them. They understand, perhaps painfully, that the world is indifferent. They do not lash out when denied, they endure. And endurance, not domination, is the highest form of strength available to a human being. Now you may ask, why do these two things reveal so much? Because together they show us how a person relates to power and desire, the two forces that govern all human behavior. How we treat the powerless reveals our moral compass. How we handle frustration reveals our inner discipline. Everything else is decoration. A man may speak eloquently about justice, yet insult those who serve him. A woman may speak endlessly of love, yet become vicious when love demands patience. Words are cheap. Character is costly. I do not offer this insight so that you may judge others harshly. On the contrary, I offer it so that you may judge wisely, and perhaps more importantly, judge yourself. Ask yourself honestly, how do I treat those who cannot benefit me, and who do I become when life denies me what I desire? If these questions disturb you, they should. Philosophy is not meant to comfort, it is meant to awaken. The deeper truth, however, is this: most human suffering arises not from what happens to us, but from our resistance to what is. When the will rages against reality, misery is born. But when the will learns restraint, compassion quietly enters. I have long maintained that compassion, not reason, not law, is the true foundation of morality, and compassion is visible precisely in these two tests. It appears when no reward is offered, it survives when desire is denied. In a world obsessed with image, these truths remain unfashionable, but they are timeless. Empires collapse, reputations fade, faces age, but character, once revealed, is unmistakable. So observe carefully, listen less to what people claim, and more to how they behave when no one is applauding them, and above all, apply this lens inward. For self-knowledge, though painful, is the beginning of freedom. I will leave you with this thought: the person who masters their treatment of the weak and their response to frustration has mastered the most difficult part of being human. Such a person may still suffer, but they will not become a source of suffering to others, and in a world overflowing with pain, that alone is a quiet, rare form of greatness. Reflect on this, discuss it, and watch, not with cynicism, but with clarity,